Not only is this my first Tacoma, this is my first truck, and one of the things I realized while having the utility of a truck bed, is the importance of properly tying things down. The Tacoma does come with these stock mounting points and these plastic mounts that go on the rail here, but these are plastic and they are known to break. Now these are kind of cool because they're kind of like an anchor and they can move around pretty easy by screwing and unscrewing. But again, they're plastic and they are known to break. I've seen pictures of these broken before, and if you're securing light stuff, then whatever. But if you're actually using your truck like a truck bed like I am all the time, like if you want to put motorcycles back here and all that kind of stuff, if you hook this up to a motorcycle and then it breaks off a big bump, your motorcycle is either going over the edge or falling over, and it's just not going to be a good scenario. So we're gonna fix that today. You see, there's this really cool US company, Charvonia Designs, that make replacements for these, essentially. And they are high quality. See, this is C&C'd aluminum. I went with the silver finish, or AKA just raw aluminum, and man, do these look cool. These are actually replacing the bedside plastic tie downs. And they also have these pretty trick little D-ring replacements. And the attention to detail on this is just amazing. These are like really beautiful products. Even down to how the tie down actually snaps into place. There's actually a ball retention mechanism. So right there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little ball with a spring behind it. And then on this piece, there's a little indent right there. So whenever you go to close it, it just perfectly snaps into place, and that is just so satisfying. Now, I love the big off-road stuff, the bed racks, roof racks, rock sliders, and all that kind of stuff, but man, can I ever geek out over small, finely made, high-quality pieces like this. And these are just simply beautiful little pieces of the kit, and also incredibly functional because they could literally save whatever you're tying down from flying away or falling over or whatever it may be. Stuff like this is like the candy of automotive parts for me, just because they're so pretty, easy to geek out over, and usually really easy to install. All right. First, we're going to install these D-rings. This is your stock D-ring right here, and this is probably strong enough as it is made of metal, but there's a couple disadvantages. One is the actual D is incredibly hard to move around. And there's actually been many times when I've put this up to mount something, and then whenever I unmount it, I take it out of the bed. The next time I put something into the bed, it catches on this, and I'm like, why isn't it going in? I take it out, I'm like, oh, I gotta shove that down, and then I can put it in. So it's, you know, not a major thing, but the replacement will be much appreciated. Like if you wanna get it all the way up, it's so frickin', there you go. Very inconvenient. And we can probably just zip this right out. Or not, that is really in there. I don't seem to have the actual proper tool for this, since that is a star nut. So I'm just gonna put the bit in there and then twist it with a wrench. Jesus Christ, why is that so tight? There we go. Jesus, there's no reason for it to be that tight. Oh great, now the bit is stuck in the wrench. All right, now we should be able just to zip it out. There we go. Boom. There is the stock D-ring, and yeah, it's a piece of steel folded over a D. Will it work for most stuff? I think so. Will this be better? Absolutely. If for no other reason that this is just easier to put up and down, and that click and close is very useful. The radius of this inner circumference was also specifically designed to perfectly fit the radius of the average ratchet strap. You can see it's kind of hard to show on camera, but this internal radius of the ratchet strap perfectly matches the internal radius of this, and that's just like, it's kind of hard to show, but another little geeky detail that I absolutely love. Would this be strong enough? More than likely, but theoretically having the maximum amount of surface area touching is stronger. And one more cool little detail is that these are both made of steel, and a common problem is whenever you have this sitting right there, water gets in between the two and can start to rust, especially if you live in a place that has snow and salt in the roads like I do. So of course they thought of this, and the D-ring has a little tiny little hole right there. So if water happens to get in there, it'll actually leak and drain out of that hole. And there's also holes on both sides, so it can easily get all the water out of there. And that's just a simple difference between something that is mass produced for millions of trucks and something that is C&C'd in America for people who really like high quality parts. This should be just as simple as lining it up with the hole, putting the bolt in, and screwing her on in. Super easy install. You can move it around to whatever direction you want, pop it up, and mount anything your heart desires. And it snaps super satisfyingly closed, just right there. Oh man, that's satisfying. All right, so I just finished putting both of them on. They're both in place. Man, these are just so cool. Move them around. They snap into place with that little ball detent. Pretty sweet. which now means we can install the rail anchors. These are pretty much just as easy to install as the D-rings. You slide in this little plate. I already slid mine in because I just got done installing my bed rack. You have to slide this in before you actually install the bed rack T-slot. So this is already slid in, but it's just a plate with holes in it. And we should be able to put this right up along there and screw it right on in. So I'm just gonna put one of these bolts that it comes with right through there and take my Allen key that fits and line it up with that hole in our little T-slot bracket there. One bolt, and this one should just go in really easily. Boom. It is mounted in there. I still have it loose so I can decide where I want it. If you just loosen up the bolts a little bit, you can slide around wherever you want. I think I'm actually gonna put this one basically all the way in the front. That's where I like that mounting place. And we are mounted. Wow, that's sturdy. And how freaking sweet does that look as well? It matches all the hardware on my bed rack. I still need to tighten that up. But, oh man, those just look so good. Another fantastic thing about these is this little hole in there. So you can actually put your ratchet strap in there like that. And it's much less likely that while the strap is loose and before you tighten everything down, that it'll fall out of the mounting position. You can see, like, no matter what I do, it's hard to get it out of there unless I purposefully get it out, right? I can put it in there and get as wild as I want and it's not gonna fall out, which is actually really nice. One of the biggest complaints I had about these is that they don't hold ratchet straps very well. Like you hook it on right there like you would, and I'd be hooking stuff up and just a little nudge and it pops right out and you have to go back and hook it back up. This radius is also huge for mounting and you're not really getting a secure fit unless it's like kind of perpendicular to the rail here. And this really is just not as sturdy. This is as tightened down as it gets. You can see it's clicking right there. That means it's fully tight. And I almost feel like I could rip that off if I really wanted to. Like it moves around a lot and of course it's plastic. Whereas this one is completely different. That just feels so much more sturdy. And of course, man, does that ever look way more premium. And I'm just gonna quickly install the other side here. And I actually think I'm just gonna put this one up here as well. And then if I need it somewhere else, I can just move it later. They are still super easy to move. You can see it's in place right now and you can just loosen it up and move it to wherever you want. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave mine right there. Man, it looks good. And there we go. We have the Charvonia D-rings and anchors completely installed in the Tacoma. And man, I absolutely love how this truck is turning out. I didn't even plan this, but since I don't have a specific colorway for the truck besides bronze, like the bronze color and bronze wheels, the silver of the bed rack and then the raw aluminum of the anchor and D-ring looks pretty freaking sweet together. And yeah, these are just so much more convenient to actually pop up and down compared to the stock ones. That was genuinely annoying. And then these will be significantly stronger than those plastic ones. And they just look so freaking cool. Yeah, just a fun little install and upgrade for you guys. Charvonia does make this kit for basically all the trucks out there. It's pretty similar. And they make like roof rack T-nut tie downs as well, a whole bunch of different products. Just make sure you can securely tie stuff down with a really high quality USA made piece of kit. So if you do want to pick some up, the link will be in the description. Otherwise, thank you guys very much for watching. This is a super fun little upgrade. Some of my favorite upgrades for cars or trucks is just those little tiny, neat little details. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Follow along if you want to see me do more stuff with this 24 Tacoma, take it off-road, adventures, all that good stuff. Bye-bye.